Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Fancy, fancy. Thank you so much for being here first. Greatly appreciate it. And okay. All right. Mary H. Cami Bluetooth. Let's see. Lydia Washington and Sharon Skinner, Sonia Johnson, and a bunch of other people. Anyway, I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. Few unseen photos of the Sussexes I want to share with you. Uh, Vanessa Jones, hello. Thank you for being here. Heather Stroud. Okay, let's get on with it. So, some of the unseen photos are here. This is very interesting. This was a post made on the Instagram for the Duchess of Sussex. Yep, that is Meghan's own personal bulletin board, inspiration board. Very, very interesting collage of images. Um, I see. Well, you know what? As a favor to you all, and myself being a baby boomer, I decided it was best to try to zoom in as much as possible. So here we go. Now, look what I did. I cut the board in half. You see there? From memory lane to memories I'm making today. I stumbled on your photograph. It kind of made me laugh. It took me way back, back down memory lane. I see you standing there, such a happy, happy pair. Love beyond compare. Look at there, look at there. Anyway, if you know, you know. If you're a baby boomer, you probably remember that song from Minnie Riperton. That love would. Yeah, that song. Don't tell me I can't do a whistle note. That note was so high, we're still looking for it. Okay. But that's enough of memory lane. Take a look there. You can see farm fresh eggs, carrots, two ways, and sweet treats. Wow. What else do you guys see? You can go ahead and name it. Stay close to people who feel like sunshine. Now, I don't know who that is Meghan is speaking to there. And what else do I see there? I love you with all my heart. Nope. Is that what it says? With all my. Oh, what is that? Okay. I can barely see that one. Um, okay. I'm going to have to try something else because I can barely see that. Well, let me see. All my something, I would say hard. My is that butt with all my butt. I love you with all my butt. I would say hard, but my butt is big. That is too funny. Yeah, I love you with all my butt. I would say my heart, but my butt is bigger. Okay. And then those little gold notes or tan post-its. I can't figure out what that says. Signature Tig cup. As you can see, this is basically Tig stuff here. You cannot make everybody happy. You are not a jar of Nutella. Okay. So this may be some very old images. No, I take it back because this must be a more recent board because, well, now, where she's standing at the table photographing stuff. I'm not sure what she's photographing there. But let me see. Love you, Meg. Heart. And let me see. Great something something. As is. Look at there. You see there? Look at something that has a barcode that says, I'm sorry, not as is. Look at there. There's something that has a barcode that says as ever. Wait, what is that? That must be some type of product, right? See the ribbon? Oh, wait, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I was looking at the lower half there. See there? It says as ever, and it's got a ribbon kind of hanging off of it. Embroidery samples of palm and hummingbird cream ribbon. Oh, okay. Okay, Heather Stroud, thank you so much. Miss Z, thank you so much for joining us. I'm exhausted. I'll be at the window listening. Love you all. Well, thank you, Lady Rose Sussex. Let me see here. Plus size fairy, thank you for joining us. Interesting stuff. Let's go back to the top half, shall we? What is that on toast up there? What is that on toast? It looks like a picture of something on toast. I see strawberry, banana, blueberry. And then, of course, Meghan with the fedora sitting in a restaurant. Look like some bottles of A1 steak sauce or something like that. Interesting. You know, they are going to be really studying this, don't you? Okay, I can see the embroidery thing up there. Okay. As you can see, I did this in, I posted this in halves so that you guys can have a good look at it. And then I even went so far, you see the photos on the left? I even broke those down in half so you can get a good look at it. Huh? Did I do good? Did I do good? I think so. Hey, Legs, thanks for joining us. Memory lane. Back down memory lane. I'm in the sunshine. I'm in the rain. Back down memory lane. Be still, my foolish heart. Don't let this feeling stop. Hey, back down memory lane. So, let's see. I see Guy. And there's Meghan with the ball skirt on there. Okay, I see her with a watering can, watering some plants there. Interesting, interesting, very interesting. It's all very rustic and organic looking stuff, right? I'm loving it. And then take a look there on the left. There's an old post from 2016. You see that? Meghan Markle, the prettiest tile I'd ever seen. The prettiest tile I ever did see. Now, you know what? You know what? Meghan and I have that in common. How did you say? I'll show you what I mean. Megan and I have that in common. As you know, when I travel, one of my favorite things is to snap photos of the more beautiful things in life that I want to remember, that I want to, oh, I don't know, just something that I want to keep, something I want to keep, something beautiful, something unusual. Um, let's see. I have a great example of that. Let me see. Hmm. Oh, I know what I'm going to share with you. I have a great example of that, and I'm going to share it with you too. And it was from Spain. I think Megan's example here is from Italy. My example is from Spain. And it was one of the palaces I went to. And I just thought that the tiles, oh my goodness, I found that so fast. I cannot believe it. Um, wow. You know, that's scary when I'm way more efficient than I thought I was. Okay, this is where me and Megan, this is where Megan and I have a lot in common. Take a look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Look at those tiles. That was at the, oh gosh, what is the name of that palace? The, oh, it was in Seville, Spain. Yeah, it was in Seville, Spain. And it was one of the palaces. And I just remember how beautiful I thought that tile was. So beautiful that I just wanted to keep it. I just wanted to keep it. I didn't ever want a day to go by that I couldn't just go and find that. Why was that so important? I have no idea. But and I still have it. And I still have it. And look at how fast it was for me to find that. I mean, wham bam, and there it is. So that's where the Duchess and I have things in common is that when we find something really beautiful, even if you can't take it with you, just take a picture of it. I think it was, oh gosh, I forget the name of the palace. But it was in Madrid. No, 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 not Madrid. Seville, Spain, Royal Castle. Alcazar. Alcazar. It was in the Alcazar. That's where I got that from. It was in, and wait, you guys, it gets better. It gets better. Watch this. Look at the deep, rich colors of that staircase. They had the entire staircase and hallway with that beautiful Spanish tile. And then, okay, you think it can't get any better? Look at that doorway. Look at that doorway. I'm going to take this from behind so you can really see it. See how it just stands out like that. All that terracotta tile on the floor, and then those tiles all the way up the wall. The very unusual kind of Moorish style of the door. I just thought it was beautiful. I never seen anything so beautiful. So that is why I took photos of it, little architectural details. I just didn't want to forget. Okay, so there you go. Let me take that away and we'll get back to that. So there you go. The prettiest tile I ever did see. What is that? Posas, wait, po, Pastano, Italy, travel girls trip, um, eat, pray, love. What is that? Lee, what is it? This. Uh-huh, that's it. That's exactly what it is. Huh. Nice, nice. And sometimes when people are traveling, they will buy some of those tiles and have them shipped or take a little sample home. Let's see, the Moors left amazing architectural stuff there, not to mention the culture. Absolutely. Oh, thank you. You had it. Royal Alcazar of Seville. That's it. Heather Strauss says the cobalt blue can't be replicated by modern dyes. It really cannot. You just can't. Um, that's why it was so highly sought after in ancient times. You literally had to import it from, oh gosh, where did they get it from? I forgot where they got it from, but wasn't it somewhere along the Silk Road or something like that? And the artists back in the day, oh, that cobalt was worth more than gold. It was more valuable than gold. Anyway, so um and just for fun, I want you guys to take a look at the background of this slide. That is a card that Lydia Washington sent me, and the little inner paper that they glued to the inside of the card. That is the pattern that was on that paper, and I thought it was really cool. So I saved it and I use it as a background in some of the photos that I share. So all of these have that same background. All right. And then this is one of the images that, let's see, if you look at the bottom photo right there, you can see it. And that is what it looks like in HD, bright colors and everything. Um, but yeah, so that is the Royal Sketches by Gen V. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. But yeah, I love that. That is really cool. So that is what Megan has on that inspiration board. And then these photos, Chief Ian Campbell. I kind of played with the tone of the photo there because it was like way too, that sun was so sharp coming through the glass that it was a bit jarring, but I don't think I did a great job with it, but I kind of played around with the tones a little bit there. But how adorable, how adorable. Harry and Meghan both just kind of fell in love with this kid. There, I think that's the kid with mommy and daddy over there, I think. But yeah, this is when was this the Squamish Nation they went to visit that day? And everybody's shoes off, very casual, laid back setting. And oh, how cute! How cute and adorable is that? How cute and adorable is that? I kind of get the feeling that those two are going to be the most amazing grandparents someday. They are going to be the most amazing grandparents. Even though, of course, they still have little ones at home as we speak, but they're going to be fantastic grandparents. Super, super cute. And then, of course, oh, let me show you the video. Let me show you the video. The little baby there, she has a case of happy feet. She has the cutest case of happy feet that you ever did see. Let me find that one. Oh man. Oh, I know where it is. Never mind. I know how to get it. Now, the sound quality on this is kind of poor. So I'm actually going to turn the sound down because there's like a very kind of a piercing background noise that was picked up by one of the microphones. So I will try to deal with that. Okay. And okay, ready? Here goes. Yeah, so I turned it down a bit, but you can still hear it. Look at Happy Feet there. Her little feet are just so happy. Look at there. Her little happy feet. Aw. Look at the happy feet there. Aw. She's kicking her feet out too. She is kicking her feet out. Look at there. She wants to play. Yeah, she wants to play. She wants to play like everybody else. Aw. Hi, Vicky Chavez. Been feeling under the sun. Thank you, Baron, for bringing me back. You are appreciated. Well, thank you, Vicky Chavez, and thank you for supporting this work. Thank you for being a part of the group. You are appreciated as well. Thank you so much. Look, one more time. You know, I could sit here and look at this all day, right? There's no reason why we can't just keep watching this. I ain't got nothing else to do. I ain't got nothing else to do. How cute. How cute. Look at Happy Feet. On cue, she's kicking those little feet out. And even on beat, she's on beat with it. Uh, okay, listen, you guys. We have to be very brave and move on. I know it's not going to be easy because she is just so adorable, but we have to. Okay, so say goodnight. Say goodnight to little Happy Feet there. Uh, Let me see. Chief Ian Campbell. Great to meet the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Uh, Let me see. Usiam, um, for visiting our language nest and for being inclusive of our MST family throughout the Invictus game reconciliation. And as I said, I believe that the Sussexes, the Invictus organization, everyone involved, they were so inclusive and so respectful of all four of the First Nations. And I think that was just absolutely marvelous, fantastic, incredible. Um, in spite of the history of everything in Canada and these United States, all along the North and South America, um, there is a lot to acknowledge and to atone for. And the Invictus Committee, Harry, Meghan, all of them have been very respectful to the First Nation people. So that is, let's just say it should be a model or a template of how organizations and groups and governments should proceed when it comes to Native people. Oh, look at there. And look at Harry playing with her little happy feet there. uh, it just doesn't get any cuter than this, right? And you can see on the left side there, um, Megan is holding one of the kids there. It just doesn't get any better than this. What a great visit. I love that. And so, yeah, the photo on the right, that's how it looks if you don't take some of the red out of it. It doesn't look awful, but oh, that sunlight was pretty harsh. Doesn't matter though, because it's still adorable. And there's Harry, and I'm calling her little happy feet with the giant Lego blocks that she's chewing on. They are having just such a great time. I bet Harry couldn't wait to get home to get to his kids. Anyway, I could look at these little baby photos all day, but we got to move on, you guys. There's no way to change everybody's mind, says PR guru Ashley Hansen. And one of the squatties whose privacy I decided to protect says Ashley on how she and the Archwell team approached the biased negative press from the British tabloids and online behavior from certain what is that, subsections of the internet. I for one appreciate their approach. It's better to pick your battles carefully and approach each thing strategically. And that is something that we need to be reminded of because, like you, I have those moments when I kind of melt down and I get a bit frustrated because I want someone to say something or do something or act or you know what I mean? I'm not satisfied leaving it alone, which is one of the reasons why Royal Sussex exists because out of my frustration, I felt a need to push back to call those scoundrels out for who and what they really are. Not that that solves anything, but Lord knows I feel better when I, you know, give them the what for. It's therapeutic, I think. Also, mocking some of the people that cause the most problems is a way of dealing with it without, saying something that you'll regret, or even worse, doing something that you might regret. So, bringing some levity and laughter into these situations um, usually is pretty harmless. But let's see. Name Ashley Hansen. Occupation founder of Three Gate Strategies, a firm specializing in communication and brand management for distinguished individuals and organizations. Day, daily journal with perfect handwriting to track personal progress, candy while working with clients and the office every single evening. Uh huh. And for what is that, DITL, follow along online. Oh, well. This episode may contain paid endorsements. Of course it does. Anyway, I'm going to let you hear a little sample of the conversation that they had. Also, I am going to post the link for this conversation. Let me find that link first. Before I proceed, I want to give you the actual link. Oh, there we go. So, 1 second while I post that link up here. And pin that to the top of the chat. Done. And yes, it works. Day in the life. Day in the life. Okay. Oh yeah. Let me give you a little sample of the conversation that they're having here. It's really unfortunate that it requires a team of people. But as I have said so often, the awful Windsors back in Windsor, and let's see, not only that, but the tabloid media. There are so many people committed to misleading the public about Harry and Meghan, and it requires a team of people to push back. But as she said, you have to be very strategic and pick and choose your battles, which is just common sense. Uh, well, let me do this one.
At Archwell, we would get together and we just like war room it. We read everything that's out there. We check Twitter. We're monitoring everything. Especially with tabloids, there's an agenda there, and it's a negative one for the most part. So how do you measure, like, okay, if we know that this is going to be biased, like, how do we track how this is actually really registering in people's minds? And usually social media is a good way to kind of gauge that. If there's something that rises to the level where it needs immediate attention, my colleagues will be like buzzing, like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are we gonna do?" And I'm just sort of like, "Okay, like, it's fine." Like, they always say, like, their vision of me is like I'm just in a corner in like a mink coat, not real, but I don't have one either. But like with a cigarette and a martini, being like, "We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get through it. It's fine." Like,
okay, so that you can find that link I provided. There's like an hour-long conversation, and you can learn a bit about how they deal with some of these situations. They have the so-called war room. The first time I've heard of a war room, that was a term that was used during the Kennedy administration, President Kennedy. And it was also the nickname of the group of people working for the Clintons. When Bill Clinton was running for president, they had a war room so that they could quickly push back against negative comments and news stories and such. And people in the public, unfortunately, they really need something like that. Let's see.
And maintaining, give those two so much credit because it never ends for them. There's never a day where they're not in the news. Whereas, most celebrities, famous people, they have, movies that come out and they see an uptake of press and coverage and interest, or there's a crisis and that, the ebbs and flows of that. But, with the exception of presidents, it's unlike anything I've ever experienced before with any other client. And I don't think I ever will. So I give them a lot of credit for balancing and maintaining, a healthy lifestyle and outlook with that kind of pressure.
One more time.
Give those two so much credit because it never ends for them. There's never a day where they're not in the news. Whereas, most celebrities, famous people, they have, movies that come out and they see an uptake of press and coverage and interest, or there's a crisis and that, the ebbs and flows of that. But, with the exception of presidents, it's unlike anything I've ever experienced before with any other client. And I don't think I ever will. So I give them a lot of credit for balancing and maintaining, a healthy lifestyle and outlook with that kind of pressure.
The amount of scrutiny that the Sussexes go through from one day to the next, every day, There's not one day that goes by that they're not in the news cycle. It is a constant drumbeat. Usually, negative comments, news articles. If you want people to read something that otherwise is pretty boring and nonsensical, it's like adding olive oil to gourmet cooking. A couple tablespoons of olive oil, maybe some garlic, onion, green peppers, all of those things. And next thing you know, you have a gourmet meal. But it's not a meal. This is someone's lives. Meghan has been vetted like she's running for president. She has been vetted more than anyone I can think of. More than anyone I can think of. Every day is another revelation about something that isn't even news. They just make up stuff. And when that doesn't help, they'll make up something else. So it's oh, let me see. Let me try one more of these. I hope this one might be the same. Let's see.
There's never a day where they're not in the news.
Okay, that one is the same. So 1, 2.
You know, movies that come out and they see an uptake of.
Okay,
Target loses
Give those two so much credit.
I was hoping that I had something that I haven't shared. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this one is different.
Got into the habit of making crudité boards. Like, so on a Monday, for example, I'll chop off a bunch of vegetables and put them on a plate. And actually, Meghan taught me to do this because she's like, it's a great way to get your vegetables in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just leave it in the kitchen, every time you come to the kitchen, you're like, oh, I want a snack or I want to eat something. It's already out there and you're just going to go for the vegetable instead of like looking for the chips. And it's actually like she's spot on.
It's
completely changed.
And you put a dip
I
on
put a
the
hummus.
plate? Okay.
There's like little sesame from Whole Foods. Have you had that?
No.
Oh, it's the best hummus you'll ever have.
okay. You should also try
Yeah.
Sunny,
Okay.
which is a tahini
Oh, I love.
from a friend of ours. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Matt and Nora. They have a great
Okay.
tahini branded Whole
I
Foods.
love. Okay. I'm going to just don't let me forget that because now
Yeah.
I'm like already thinking about it.
Okay. So it wasn't only about the news articles and stuff like that. They talked about other stuff.
Way to kind of gauge that. And then we'll work through, you know, if there's something that rises to the level where it needs, you know, immediate attention, my energy level goes up, but I'm relatively pretty calm. And I find that my colleagues will be like buzzing, like, oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? And I'm just sort of like, okay, like it's fine. Like they always say, like their vision of me is like I'm just in a corner in like a mink coat.
Okay, that was a repeat. So don't need that one. But okay, so that of course is what's her name? Ashley something or other. Let me go back here. Ashley Hansen. There you go. There's no way to change everybody's mind, says PR guru Ashley Hansen. So good to know that the Sussexes are in great hands with Ashley, among other people. That's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. So, celebrating the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award. Check this out. Where is she? There she is right there. Okay, let me get this information set up here. What did I do with it? Oh, that's what I did with it. I didn't put it on the screen. So I'm going to have to take it directly from the Archwell page. Anyway, you can find this on Harry and Meghan's Archwell page. I know that you've probably seen it already because every day I say, make sure you check Harry and Meghan's, Sussex.com. So since I know you've been to the Archwell Sussex.com, you probably have seen it. But if not, I'll just say each year the NAACP awards one individual with the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award. This award celebrates leaders who are advancing civil rights in digital spaces and leading the way to build a better online world. The Archwell Foundation is thrilled to congratulate this year's recipient, Dr. Alondra Nelson. In recognition of her outstanding contribution to AI policy and the advancement of civil rights, Dr. Nelson accepted the award yesterday evening during the NAACP Hollywood Bureau Symposium. Dr. Alondra Nelson is a sociologist and leading expert in artificial intelligence, also known as AI. Her work focuses on the connection between science, technology, medicine, and social inequality. She is currently the Harold F. Linder Professor at the Institute for Advanced Study and Independent Research Center in Princeton, New Jersey. Her research has exposed critical flaws in AI and the role that it plays in election misinformation, and reveals the inaccurate, misleading, and often harmful responses that AI can produce. She has used this research and her findings to advocate for stronger safeguards in AI and the need for regulation. Now, let me just pause right there. I have pointed this out before. I do not trust those AI responses. When I search or Google something, the AI comes up first. Do not stop there. Continue to scroll down the page and try to find at least 3 examples that supports the information that you need, because AI is like any other program. If you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. Also, there is a bias in AI technology. As we have learned, it is written by a bunch of young East Asian and white men. It is not written by women of color. It's mostly not even written by women at all. It is not written by men of color, unless you count the East Asians. There isn't much representation for the broader sector of society. So do not trust it. Do not trust it. You're better off going to, I would say, Wikipedia. They also make mistakes, which is why I said try to find at least 3 examples of the information that you're looking for. But do not stop with AI, because there's a lot of misinformation there. Remember what I said. Do not stop there. It's okay to glance at it, but continue to scroll down and find more examples, something more official. And try to make sure that it is a news organization. If you're going to look at some news thing, make sure it's something real. Don't get it from, go to the New York Times, Washington Post. I know they have their issues now. Los Angeles Times, Chicago Tribune. Try to go to something with a little more gravitas. Don't just stop at some of these little fly-by-night news services. don't trust the Daily Mail. There's always the right-wing bias. So yeah, AI is not what they promise it to be. Okay, it hasn't lived up to the promise. There's a lot of misinformation there. So it continues. Dr. Nelson is a trusted policy advisor who previously served as director of the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, where she oversaw the blueprint for the AI Bill of Rights, a historic guide that ensures tech policy safeguards civil rights. And in 2023, Dr. Nelson was appointed by the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres to the UN High-Level Advisory Body on Artificial Intelligence, where she helped shape international AI governance. And finally, it says, in recognition of her work, Dr. Alondra Nelson will receive a $100,000 grant to further her work. She joins previous recipients of the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award, Dr. Safia Noble in 2022, and Nabiha Saeed 2023, and Dr. Joy Balamawini in 2024. So that is what is so vital about this award. Unlike that silly thing that one of those other family members is pushing, this has real everyday meaning. This is real everyday meaning. This is going to help real people in real life, not some virtual thing where somebody recycles fish skins or tin cans or something like that. Yeah, there's a history of that. But this AI, this is something that we're already feeling the effects of. It's one of the reasons why the last presidential election went south, way south. So we need people like her. Thank God for her. As a matter of fact, we should give her some much deserved applause for her work. And thanks to Harry and Meghan with their Archwell and the NAACP, she can be rewarded for work that is definitely going to have an impact on all of us, especially people of color. So NAACP announces Dr. Alondra Nelson as the recipient of the 2025 NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award. So says one, so say we all. Now, this this stunt double from the what was that movie? Oh gosh. Oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of it. You know, the one where the man woke up with that horse head in his bed. The Corleone family. Well, they used a real horse for that scene. And The Godfather. Okay, I couldn't think of it, but The Godfather. So yes, there was a scene where the man woke up and there was a horse head in the bed. Anyway, there's a connection with the royal family and that horse head, but I'll just let you guess what that is. Anyway, new Princess Diana play issues trigger warning about Queen Camilla, the Queen consort, amid fears she will upset snowflakes. Okay, let me just break this down for you. Snowflake, snowflake. That means that she's going to, or the storyline is going to upset people who are sympathetic for the way that things turned out for Princess Diana, right? Anybody who identifies with or loves or has any fond memories of Princess Diana, people who hold the royal family responsible for her tragic accident in that tunnel in Paris, that unexplained, hard to understand, unreasonable loss of life that took place in that tunnel in Paris. They feel like some people may be triggered. I think I speak for the majority of people in Britain, the majority of the people in the United States, and just about any place else where real people come from. Um, there is a certain level of responsibility that that institution has for Diana's tragic, unexplained, ill-timed loss of herself, and plays like this make them nervous. They don't want people to think. They want everyone to play along with the idea that Monsieur Henri is the only one who was responsible, and the fact that they took away Princess Diana's HRH status, and um, let's pretend like the royal family and certain members thereof are not responsible. Let's pretend like they're not responsible for the nasty, negative, daily hate columns designed to win over the public's respect for Charles and Godzilla, and to pretty much drive Diana out of the country. And with that, they succeeded. She was away from home when she lost her life. So, yeah, they're nervous about stuff like this. Camilla Parker Bowles is specified among a list of content which may upset Snowflake audience members watching Diana, the untold and untrue story. It would satisfy them a great deal if we never spoke about Diana again, unless simultaneously putting Diana down and uplifting that monster, that step monster. Long as we lift her up and push Diana down, suppress Diana's memory, then they're okay with that. But anything that exposes that prosthetic horse head is forbidden. Leg says, guess I'm a snowflake. Don't care how her situations are. Here, here. Thank you very much, Legs. Yeah, call me a snowflake. And the whole idea of the snowflake thing is to, I guess, create some reaction where you say, oh, no, I'm not weak. I'm not so soft. I'm not going to melt. Yeah, I am. I am, because I'm still hurt by the loss of Princess Diana, and I always will be. And I know who I blame for it. So this little psychological bait and switch with the snowflake thing, it ain't working on me. Okay. Now, Meghan Markle as Ever logo was intentionally designed with tribute to Prince Harry. The Duchess of Sussex incorporated a special symbol honoring her husband in the design for her latest venture. Oh, you know what? I don't think I actually looked at this one yet. Let me see what they're talking about. Oh, let me see. The logo incorporates the palm. Oh, yeah, the palm tree. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Incorporates a palm tree as a nod to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's home in California. Yeah, we all know that. With 2 hummingbirds, a favorite of Prince Harry's. An insider says the distinct shape enclosing the birds and the tree was intentionally designed to create a unique and personal emblem. Okay. Shortly after the logos, okay, I'm not going to talk about that Majorca thing because I'm just about tired of it. I am exhausted of all of the aha gotchas and such. I don't care about the Majorca thing. That can only, and plus, you guys, according to Meredith Constance, she said that that whole idea that they may go and pursue legal options and such, it doesn't really say that. That is not very clear. As with so many things, the actual story is kind of lost in translation. So pay no attention to that. Pay no attention to this. Oh, they may want to sue because the logo is so similar. The past few days, we have given you probably 100 examples of very similar logos that big corporations and foundations have had to live with, and all of the threats and the uh, what do you call it, examples of similarities made no difference. So that is why Pepsi Cola and Korean Air look nearly identical, and so many other companies. So worry not, pay no attention to it. Life goes on. They'll be okay. Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer, thank you so much for joining us. But yeah, there's the 2 palm trees, and we know that the hummingbirds were mentioned in the docu-series and such. So great symbolism, and the products are going to do extremely well, and I cannot wait to buy something, anything. Fish gotta swim and birds gotta fly. I'm with a horse and I and I did not lie. Can't help loving that queen of mine. Yeah, maybe she's lazy and she looks like a crow. She keeps wearing that blue dress and nobody knows. Can't help loving that horse head of mine. I don't know why I feel like there's auditions going on for the remake of Showboat, but be that as it may, this very bizarre costume is just that. It is a costume. That is not what she wears every day. The truth is, the very unfortunate truth is that for whatever reason, she decided to wear this costume to what appears to be Buckingham Palace, or is it Windsor Castle? Anyway, it's unfortunate. I wish she would have, you know, thought it over before she wore something like that with those colonizers. Leg says British royal family aren't innovative. They hate Meghan's creativity. They project as if she has to steal her ideas from someone else. However, Earth Flop and early years. Thank you, Legs, which is very good to point out that Earth Flop, the Earth Shot idea, was a combination of intellectual hijacking. First of all, the Earth Shot really is attributed to another green organization, as well as the using the term Earth Shot is to invoke the spirit of moonshot, where President Kennedy said, we're going to put a man on the moon and bring him back safely by the end of the decade. The other one, which of course Kate is guilty of, or her staff of hijacking some 10, 11-year-old girls 5-question thing. That Australian girl, Mindy, or whatever her name is, well, almost word for word, everything that's in the early years sounds like somebody else's work. It really is someone else's work. There's nothing original about it. So thank you for reminding us about that, Lex. But it is true. The Cambridges, now the Welleses, they are some of the biggest stick-up artists there is. They have hijacked other people's ideas. So there you go. Thank you very much, Lex. So yeah, Camilla is feeling a spiritual connection as a colonizer and someone looking like someone from the old empire days. I'm pretty sure she's in her happy space. And take a look there in the back. There's that one reporter, the one that made that very threatening sounding thing about Harry and Meghan. This is war or whatever. You see the black guy back there with the turtleneck? That's, gosh, what is his name? I cannot stand him. Oh, God, he's awful. Oh, gosh, what is his name? But anyway, yes, gatekeeper. Thank you, Legs. Yes, he's a gatekeeper, the guy in the back. I forget his name. But he's a reporter. He's got one of those MBE, OBEs or whatever. And he's very quick to stand up for that institution. He has not a mind of his own. Look at there. Camilla can't stop smiling. She cannot stop smiling. Yep, we got one. Hugh Vickers? No, it's not Hugh Vickers. I know that's not his name. Oh gosh, is he ITV? Is he ITV? Let me see. I mean, if I dig deep enough, I can find his name, but I just can't recall it right away. Trevor Phillips. Yes, Trevor Phillips. That's his name, Trevor Phillips. He's as evil as they come. Oh, I do not like him. I cannot stand that. Well, I was going to say I can't stand that man, but that's assuming a lot by referring to him as a man. I don't think he is. Yeah. And let me thank you. By doing that, you have helped me out. See there? Make no mistake. It's an insult. Fleet Street jury says Meghan and Harry can expect no mercy. That's what they said. Expect no mercy after their stunning decision to go rogue and quit. Who the hell do they think they are? And there he is, up front with the rest of them. Trevor Phillips weaponizing Meghan Markle and Windrush, 75, to feed politically illiterate base of Daily Fail and deflect from seriousness of Windrush Day is shameful. Britain is not racist. Why are you singing a different tune now, Trevor Phillips? Why? No one cares about Meghan's race. She and Harry had a golden chance to make things different for millions and chose not to. That's unforgivable. Oh God, is he a Sir Trevor? Sir Trevor Phillips says Britain is not racist. Well, now that he has a title of Sir, he has to stand up for them. He has to. Of course he does. because now that is his lottery ticket. That's his winning lottery ticket in life. He is Sir Trevor Phillips. The highest thing that will ever happen to him in life is being called Sir Trevor Phillips. Isn't he respectable now? Racism would not block British Barack Obama, says Trevor Phillips. Head of Equality Watchdog says ethnic minority, whatever. Who the hell cares? I do not like him. God, is he a bootlicker? Um, uh, uh, okay. I'm just going to say, okay. Yeah. There's a lot of things that they said about Charles to make him seem so manly. A lot of things. I'll just say that and leave it alone. I don't buy that stuff, though. Okay. All right. Okay, let's move on. Anyway, that's enough of Trevor. I don't like him. So anyway, that costume that she's wearing is from a oh gosh, what is his name? Oscar Wilde play. Yeah, they are dressed in. She wasn't the only one. You see the guys right there. They're dressed in period costume. They're wearing the summer suits in the wintertime, so you know they're in costume. I guess they must have done a portion of that play or something. But yeah, she's an actress, some character actress. I forget her name. Kate Middleton shows off her kid's terrible drawing. So much for holding back, right? No Royal Picasso, says Tom Sykes. Zandy Sussex, the Daily Beast, called those drawings terrible. Terrible. And I can never say terrible without saying it just like Betty Davis. Terrible. And they were terrible. You have to really drag it out. It was terrible. Anyway, any parent who has ever felt inadequate when comparing themselves to Kate Middleton, those socks, that hair, can take comfort perhaps in the fact that her kids' art projects are refreshingly unimpressive. Yes, they are very unimpressive. As a matter of fact, I remember when they, and we were just talking about this, weren't we? We were just talking about the fact that George, not George, that William and Kate seem to have borrowed or taken license with other people's work, right? Well, Prince George turned in an art project one day, and same thing. They made a big fuss about how talented he was, when the truth is, it seemed as though he had pretty much recreated somebody else's artwork. It was that reindeer. You guys remember that? It was a Prince George reindeer photo, not photo, but little artwork he did. Yeah, it was a reindeer. Gosh, I wish I could find that. You know I'm looking for it, right? Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Oh man, I cannot find it. I tried, you guys. I tried. Let me see. Reindeer. Oh, do you remember that? It looked just, and there was a side by side because one of the squatties called it out, but there was a side by side of this little thing that George made, and in comparison to like some original greeting card or something like that. And all George did was copy it. That was all he did was copy it. Oh man, I cannot find it. Oh well, I think it was like the day when they had to make Christmas cards or something like that. And little George copied it, and then they ran it in the newspaper and made some big deal about what a great artist he is and all that kind of stuff. And it was a bunch of malarkey. It was as though he had traced it or something. Yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. They're always trying to big up that family. They're always trying to big them up. And they don't hesitate. Like that time when Camilla Tominey lied and said that Meghan said that Archie could read, that Archie was a voracious reader. And that is not what Meghan said. Do you guys remember that? Now that was a lie. She totally misrepresented what Meghan said. And then when she got called out on it, then of course she quickly changed the subject. She heard what she wanted to hear. And that's her problem. Like that woman said, you just make up stuff. And that's what she did. She made it up. Okay. Yeah, I cannot find it. I can see it in my mind's eye. I can see it. But I cannot find it. But as you know, I have thousands of photos. So it's no wonder I can't find stuff when I'm looking for it. Okay. What's that? Oh, Kate Middleton. You can't spell art or yacht. Okay, and take a look there. There's Kate Middleton working hard on another one of those amazing museum quality pieces right there. There she is working feverishly on another one of those museum quality pieces. And even from behind, you can tell it's Kate Middleton because she's wearing something ugly. And if she's wearing something dull and, boring, then you know for certain that is Kate Middleton. I don't know why everything looks so bargain basement on her. I don't know how she does it. And then, of course, one of our favorite people, Martin, wants to point out something to you guys. Oh, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. It's so shady. I couldn't wait.
Got into the habit of making crudité boards. Like, so on a Monday, for example, I'll chop up a bunch of vegetables and put them on a plate. And actually, Meghan taught me to do this because
that was the last thing I had shared with you. Chopping up the vegetables. Okay, let me find it. Don't worry.
And is SK about to break the internet over on Twitter X via their morning, friends? And is SK about to break the internet over on Twitter X via their amazing observation of a potential scar in one of the drawings that the children did of Kate. I don't know, but this observation is nearly as amazing as my Salty Island t-shirts. Link to get one in the bio of my TikTok account. Genuinely, creator credit where it's due. I think the kids have captured something here. Maybe the forehead scribble was designed to cover it up. I don't know. But I tell you what, it's not some form of wispy hair from Kate, because there's no wispy hair elsewhere in the diagram. I think one of the kids drew this picture when Kate was in recovery. The scar was put into the picture. Oh, let's have a bit of a scribble to try and cover it up. As ever, comments are open. I'd love to know what you think. Kate and William are allegedly still away on their second holiday of the year, while the rest of the UK freezes and works our butts off to pay our bills. Comments are open, guys. Is this one going to break the internet? Let me know what you think. Morning, friends, and is SK about to break?
All right. So now it does look like there was a red line drawn from top to bottom over the left eye, doesn't it? It does look like it. And people have been remarking about that scar for some time. So recollections may vary. I don't know. Multiple surgeries on legs. She never had cancer. She was walloped, allegedly walloped. Let me see. The royal family released these drawings because the picture of Lilibet and Meghan was seen worldwide. Kate's kids are overexposed. It is frightening. It is disturbing. All of those images, to me, are strange. But the worst of them all, this is the one that will haunt your dreams. I find this Kate scribbling a bit dark. Looks like a unalive person. Couldn't she have drawn him with his eyes open? Like, what the frappuccino? Is a very disturbing image. Should come with a disclaimer. I don't know how. What were they thinking? It seems as though someone was trying to send a message. This image should not have been released publicly. It should not have. It's frightening to me. It really is. It reminds me of some cold case, like some cold case from the 1970s. And they had to bring in an artist to share that cold case image. Ugh, yuck. I don't like it. Yeah, like the way the Victorians used to take a photograph with the dear lamented loved one. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. You guys, there's something strange with that family. Something very disturbing and strange with that family. Princess Kate to avoid royal tour with Prince William due to extreme stress. The Princess of Wales announced she would be stepping back from royal duty in March last year following her cancer diagnosis. Princess Kate has been tipped to avoid a royal tour with Prince William due to extreme stress, according to a royal commentator, despite the Prince and Princess of Wales traveling abroad with their family. The family are reportedly spending the half term in the Caribbean with Kate's mother, Carol. The Prince and Princess of Wales last attended BAFTA together in 2023, with William attending alone last year. Princess Kate attendance in 2024 was ruled out as the mother of three was recovering from abdominal surgery. You guys, why not just say that they're separated? Why not just say it? The Prince of Wales made a virtual appearance in a video package during Sunday's awards ceremony. The Princess of Wales announced she would be stepping. Oh, you know what? I think that might repeat there. I think these little screenshots may be out of order. Really stepped out in 2024 as she underwent preventative chemo. Oh, God. Anyway, following the visit to the hospital, they received treatment, and the Princess of Wales revealed she was in remission. Oh, man. They would all, you guys, I get so frustrated every time I hear one of those royal reporters or so-called royal experts. They say how Harry and Meghan seem to have all these missteps and miscommunications, and they don't release information properly. They don't seem to know what they're doing. And yet, with an army of staff, right? With an army of staff and the full support and backing of the British tabloid media, nobody has fouled up as much in the past 10 years than Will and Kate. Nobody. Everything about Kate's so-called cancer was one mistake after another. And yet, the tabloid media are dwelling upon all things Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, whether it's the jam, which Meghan did not sell it. One of the Australian reporters said she only sold 3 of them. And the other person corrected her and said, no, she didn't sell them. She gifted them to her closest friends. They are obsessed with a sample of preserves. Obsessed with it. They are obsessed with the name change. The fact that they're talking about it is one of the best ways to help Meghan introduce the new name. But they don't care that they're helping her. They only care that they're making money from her. But they are really doing the work for Meghan. They really are. Only thing is you have to take a massive dose of unnecessary criticism for them to help spread the word that it's no longer called American Riviera Orchard. Mashar says, I was watching a video of celebrities and their kids. To my surprise, Willie and the kids were included, and with no Kate. Willie is weeding her out slowly. Yeah. When she was supposedly at her worst, William was pretending to be a single dad. William conducted himself as a single dad, as though that was a model of in which the future of the royal family is going to move. If it wasn't for the stigma that comes with everything Diana and that weak man that she married, if it wasn't for all of that, then Will and Kate would have declared their separation / divorce a year ago. And of course, I have to throw alleged in there because we don't know for certain that they're separated. We don't know for certain that they're divorced. Everything seems to be pointing in that direction, though. That there is a huge divide between those two, and there's nothing that will fix it. Nothing. Connie Balmer, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. There was one comment. She is going for the longest recovery on record. Maybe she is traumatized after seeing the rubbish drawings her little brat's done. Another reason could be she has her eye on someone else. Finally got fed up with William. She wants a real man like Harry. So that was what one of the comments were in response to this story that was mentioned on GB News. So I don't know what the status of their relationship is. And for the most part, I don't care. I just wish they would leave the Sussexes out of their conversations. If they would stop this war being waged against them using their staff and their connections with the tabloid media, which has been a problem. It has been a problem and has kept this negative storyline going for so long, which is why, as Ashley was saying, that you have to really pick and choose your battles. But to pretend that it's not affecting the way that the Sussexes conduct business, that would be misleading because it does have an effect. It does have an effect. You can't ignore the obvious, but you can continue to live your life and stand in your truth and do what you know is right, which is what the Sussexes are doing every day. And it is incredible that they have been able to achieve as much as they have with so much outside of their control and so many people working against them. And yet they still have managed to maintain a certain dignity, and that they are, being very prosperous and very intentional in the way that they live their lives. So, as far as I'm concerned, they cannot make their first billion fast enough. And I hope and pray that happens very soon, because with that money will come a great deal of security for that family. And because of his brother and his father and that evil step monster, they need as much protection as they can get because they're awful people. So with that, you guys, guess what? I'm done. Thank you all so much for joining us. Joanna Hong says, good night. Fam, it's past 11 p.m. I have to work early tomorrow. Love you all. Oh, thank you, Joanna. That is so nice of you. Yeah, well, you guys, good night. Good night. God bless. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And if we can, just one more time, take a look at this. Oh, little baby happy feet. Little baby happy feet. Isn't she adorable? Oh, isn't she adorable? Just as cute as she can be. Yes, she is. She's just as cute as she could be. Adorable. So sweet. Oh, and then of course we got to look at these again. We got to look at these again. How cute. Cute. Adorable. Cute. Oh, wow. When those kids grow up and they tell their friends that the most famous royal couple in the world was holding me and playing with me and visited my family, they're not going to believe it until they pull out some of those photos. Yeah, so cute. Hey, Mary H., good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, by the way, the link at the top of the chat, that link is for, what was that link for? I forgot. What was that for? Oh, that conversation with Ashley. The conversation I just shared with you. If you want to listen to the entirety, the link is at the top of the chat. So with that, you guys, good night. God bless. Thank you very much to the moderators for keeping this a safe space. And as always, love you guys. Thank you. Good night. Good night. Say good night, Gracie. Say good night, Gracie. And you too. Say good night, Happy Feet. Oh, how adorable. Okay, you guys, we have to stop looking at these baby pictures. We're going to be here all night. Oh, okay, we're done. We're done. I'm out of here. That's it for Happy Feet. Yes, cue the Ginger Avenger.